Good morning. Welcome to another One Mind meditation. And welcome to a Monday morning. We are jump-starting this week with some work from the Persian poet Hafez. And his name means the memorizer, the safekeeper, the one who remembers things. He was born in 1325 in what is now known as Iran. To this day, his works are often found in the homes of Persian speakers who learn his poems by heart and use them as everyday proverbs and sayings. Honey, very good morning. Tracy, good morning. Danae, good morning. Somebody, good morning. Anthony, good morning. Hello, beautiful humans. Awesome having you all here. Happy Monday morning to you all. Stepping into this new week, we take a look at what the week ahead holds in order to form a clear picture of what we want to create during this week. Do you have goals you want to achieve this week? Do you have boxes that you might want to get checked off this week? Sadine, good morning. Happy Monday morning. Annalie, good morning. Dylan, a very good morning. Awesome starting my week off here with all of you. Take a good look at your goals for this week and ask yourself this question. Am I creating from a place of fear or from a place of freedom? Michelle, hello. Happy Monday morning to you. It's easy to fall into the trap of always creating from a place of fear because fear is naturally our driver of survival. But when we're only ever creating in order to avoid the negative consequences of not reaching our goals, then we never get beyond only just surviving, forever creating from within the tight grip of fear. As you look into the week ahead, take a look at your goals and ask yourself, what opportunities am I opening up by reaching for these goals? What possibilities are available to me by my very nature as a creative being? Fear can be a valid driving force for helping us reach goals, but it's actually quite limited and not a healthy place to live long term. Hey Charlene, good morning. Happy Monday to you. Hafez says, fear is the cheapest room in the house. I would love to see you living in better conditions. I love that sentence so much. It is so simply put. Fear is the cheapest room in the house. I mean, it's in the house. You have a place to sleep. It's valid to create from a place of fear. You can reach your goals from a place of fear. But the truth is, fear is the cheapest room in the house. And I would like to see you living in better conditions, says Hafez. He reminds us that what we speak becomes the house we live in. Our words hold immense power. They are the bricks with which we construct our reality. What we speak becomes the house we live in. If we don't become more conscious of our words, our thoughts, and our feelings, we risk building a whole house of fear in which we might live our entire lives. Conversely, by focusing on our desires and aspirations, we create a home filled with light and possibility. Instead of keeping your attention on the things you are afraid of, the punishments you want to avoid, put your focus on what you want to bring into your life and celebrate everything that you want to see more of. The last thought from Hafez says, stay close to anything that makes you glad you are alive. Again, how simple is that? Stay close to anything that makes you glad you are alive. Don't let that out of your sight. To cultivate a life of abundance and joy, let's embrace a mindset of celebration. We must actively seek out and appreciate every little possible positive aspect of our lives. Just as Hafez encourages, stay close to anything that makes you glad you are alive. By celebrating our successes, no matter how small, we invite more of what we want, more of what we love into our world. As we navigate the week ahead, let's remember that our journey is not solely about achieving goals, but about becoming the happiest version of ourselves. By paying attention to what sparks joy in our lives and ensuring that we fill our lives with celebration, we create a foundation for a life lived with purpose, joy, and fulfillment. So if you're ready, this will be our focus for today's meditation as we jump into this week. If you're ready, you can close your eyes and let's float away together, starting with the first few big breaths. Here we go. Take a deep breath in and out. Take a deep breath in and out. A deep inhale and let it go. Deep breath in and out. One more big breath in and let it all flow away. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose gets drawn all the way deep down into your belly. And as you fill up your belly with air, also raise yourself up. As you breathe in, stretch out your spine, lift the top of your head toward the ceiling. And once you've reached your full height, let all of it go. With every exhale, soften. With every breath out, soften your spine, slump down your shoulders, and drop your head. I love on a Monday morning to remind you of exactly what you're doing right now. Of course, you've brought yourself to this meditation, and right now, you are placing your attention on your breathing. You're feeling your body rise with every inhale. You're feeling your body fall with every exhale. Your breath, your breathing, is a bridge between two worlds. the conscious and the subconscious. Let's take a look at these two. Consciously, there are many things that you do that takes the conscious part of your brain to make it happen. When you lift up your hand with a pen in your hand to write something on a piece of paper, that is a conscious part of your brain, the conscious part of your nervous system doing that action. When you're talking to someone, the part of your brain that helps your mouth form words and think what to say is the conscious part of your brain. Then we have the subconscious parts. And many things in your body happen subconsciously without the need to think about them. Your heart keeps beating. Your liver does all of its work. Your stomach digests your food. All of that part of the unconscious parts of your brain and nervous system. Our breath is different than all of these. Because right now, you're paying attention to inhaling, filling the balloon in your belly, feeling your body rise, and then exhaling, emptying the balloon in your belly, feeling your body fall. And that is conscious breathing. But your breathing also works unconsciously, subconsciously. Because for most of the day, it's on autopilot. Our breath is the bridge between these two worlds, the conscious and the subconscious. Whenever we pay attention to our breathing, we're bringing these two worlds together. And we're influencing our subconscious by paying attention to our breath. Bold, small little stops to pay attention to your breathing into your day. Where do you have opportunity to take time for 5 breaths, or perhaps even 5 whole minutes for conscious breathing? Add a few of these stops into every day and see how you implement that every day this week. We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, helping our bodies stretch, adjust, and settle down into as much comfort as possible for the rest of our journey. Let's take a deep breath in. As you release, drop your head all the way forward and roll out your neck muscles forward and to the left, and forward and to the right. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders forward in big, slow circles. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders backwards in big circles, nice and slow. Take a deep breath in. As you release, focus on your spine. Lean your upper body over to the left and lean your upper body over to the right. One more big breath in. And as you release, you can stretch or move or adjust any part of your body that still needs a bit of help settling down. Having softened our bodies into a state of presence, or at least as much as we can get there today, we can now turn our attention inwards and dive deep inside for the next part of our journey. If you don't have the time to sit for the whole meditation with us, then this is always a great place to stop. But if you are here for the whole journey, then with every next inhale, we'll hold our breath for a few short moments, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. Let's take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it a really long, really slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel into your body. Feel how softness slips in and settles in every part of your body. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, follow the downwards flow through your body. Feel your shoulders slowly falling. Feel your body slowly softening. And feel how you are slowly slipping deeper into you. One more big breath in. And hold. And as you release, feel yourself melting. Feel your whole body dissolving. Feel how you are slipping into a deeper level of surrender with every slow exhale. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose is an invitation. It invites you to turn inwards and follow this journey. As you breathe in, feel the air flow in through your nostrils. Feel the air touch the back of your throat. Stay with your breath as it flows in through your lungs. And as you fill up the balloon inside your belly, feel yourself slip all the way in. Hold your breath, but hold it only for as long as it feels easy. followed by a really long, really slow exhale. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, see yourself standing at the start of a new week. See your toes sticking right over the edge and see yourself ready to dive in. Take your next big breath. We are at the start of a new week. Let's step into this week with intention and not just on autopilot. We'll remind ourselves first of what is known about the week ahead, what is already in the calendar. So as you take your next big breath and dive deep into you, take a few moments to walk yourself through the week ahead. Walk through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And remind yourself of what are some of the things that you need to get done this week. What are some of the places that you need to go to this week? Who are some of the people that you need to see this week? Create some clarity around what your week ahead looks like. Take your next big breath. Then take a moment to transport yourself to the end of the next week. See yourself standing in the weekend and looking back. If you had a checklist ready for the end of the week, what would you like to check off of that list? What are the things for which you'd want to say, I got that done this week, I got this done this week? What are the things for which you'd like to say, I made progress on that one? Or I got started on this one? When you get to the end of the week and you look back, how would you like to check your list at the end of this week? Take your next big breath. What are you creating this week? And I want you to ask the question, what am I creating this week? And keep in mind on this topic that creating happens on a very wide spectrum. The simplest and perhaps the most beautiful example is art. We often attach that word creating to art. Something you can step away from and say, I made this. Or a beautiful photo you took and put against your wall, like, I took this picture. Or I wrote this. But that's just one small sliver of the spectrum of creating. In our professional lives, it might also be easy to spot what we create when we're busy with a project. And we can sign off at the end of a project and say, I got this done, I created this. But there are so many more ways we create that we might not realize. Your very presence, just by showing up, is an act of creation. Every interaction with every human around you is how you create your world and your relationships. Everything you do in your home, everything you touch in your home, creates that space and the energy in it. What are you creating this week? Ask yourself the question, what am I creating this week? Or ask the question, how am I creating this week? Take your next big breath. Today's message started with a conversation around fear. And the question, are you creating from a place of fear? Or are you creating from a place of freedom? Fear can absolutely inspire us to reach our goals. Fear is the mechanism that helps every organism survive. It wouldn't be different for humans, although we have the capacity for more. Creating from a place of fear looks like, I have to avoid bad consequences. I have to create in order to avoid punishment. If I don't reach my goals, there will be consequences. When we create from a place of fear, we are creating while looking over our shoulder. And creating from a place of fear also means that we can never do much better than just avoiding bad consequences. Is this a part of your life sometimes? Do you create from a place of fear sometimes? Take a moment to ask yourself that question and just become aware of where you're trying to do something from a place of fear, trying to reach a goal from a place of fear. Take your next big breath. creating from a place of freedom might involve the exact same goals, or perhaps different ones. But creating from a place of freedom has a completely different motivating force. It's inspired by something completely different. Creating from a place of freedom is a recognition of potential. I recognize what my potential is and I'm reaching towards that. I recognize possibility and opportunity. And I want to be my creative best in realizing that opportunity. Creating from a place of freedom means I am looking ahead as I create, not over my shoulder. It makes me expand. It makes me feel bigger when I create from a place of freedom. And more than just avoiding bad consequences, I can create a life that I truly love when I create from a place of freedom. Do you have that in your life too? Can you recognize where you are reaching towards potential in your striving? Take your next big breath. The simplest exercise for constantly reminding ourselves to not fall into the trap of creating from fear, but embrace freedom in all of our striving, is to always constantly celebrate every little thing that we want to see more of. So sure, celebrate your successes, even the small successes, yes. Every small success should be a big celebration. But also every other small thing that you want to see more of. Can we make this a week of celebration? Think about that right now. What are small things that you would love to give more energy to by celebrating them? And celebrating could be anything from consciously making sure you do a little happy dance every day for this small thing. Or it could be opening a bottle of something in celebration of every small thing as often as you can. As you look into the week ahead, how do you turn this into a week of celebrating every small thing that you want to see more of? And make this a new reality in your life. Celebrating everything that you want to see more of. Take your next big breath. Let's take the last few big breaths of this phase together, slipping out of the breath holding space and into the next. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it a really long, really slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel how softness enters your body and settles in every part of your body. One more big breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself slip all the way through. There is no more attention on your breathing. You can sit all the way back or even lie all the way back down and feel yourself just floating. I'll read to you one more time our message for this week from Hafez. He says, "Fear is the cheapest room in the house. I would like to see you living in better conditions." And I want to say this again, fear can be inspiring in that sense. Fear can drive us to reach our goals. Fear gives you a room in the house, but it is the cheapest room in the house. It's not the best lodgings. And I would like to see you living in better conditions. Hafez says, "What we speak becomes the house that we live in." Can we become more conscious of our words? Can we become more conscious of how we lay words down brick by brick as we construct our reality? The last thought by Hafez says, "Stay close to anything that makes you glad you are alive. Celebrate everything that you want to see more of. To cultivate a life of abundance and joy, let's embrace a mindset of celebration this week. We must actively seek out and appreciate the positive aspects of our lives. By celebrating our small successes, we invite more of what we love into our world. As we navigate the week ahead, let's remember that our journey is not solely about achieving goals, but about becoming the happiest version of ourselves. By paying attention to what sparks joy in our lives and ensuring that we fill our lives with celebration, we create a foundation for a life filled with purpose, joy, and fulfillment. So perhaps with every cup of tea this week, or every cup of coffee this week, you can make this your new ritual. Before you take your first sip, what are you celebrating? What little thing that you want to see more of are you celebrating this week? Make it a week full of celebration. We have the last 5 breaths of gratitude to do together. With every exhale, I'll say my thank you, and invite you to say yours. Let's take a deep breath in. Thank you for the opportunity to stand at the start of a new week. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for the reminder that fear is the cheapest room in the house. That's not really the one I want to live in. I want to live in freedom. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for the reminder to consciously look for, search for, and find every small thing that sparks joy in my life. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for this gift to turn everything that I want to see more of into a celebration. I can see the image this week. Every cup of tea, every cup of coffee will be a toast, a celebration to what I want to see more of. Thank you. One more big breath in. Thank you, beautiful people. Thank you for jumping into your week along with us. Anami, good morning. Happy Monday morning to you. Wishing you all a huge celebration of tiny things this week. Thank you, Charlene. Thank you, Maggie. Thank you, Celine. Thank you, Danae. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Michelle. I don't remember who else because I don't see them right now. Tracy. Who else was back there? Is Linda in here today? Whoever you are in the background there, I hope you have a week full of celebration too. Lots of love to you all. Have a great week. Ciao, ciao.